You've probably heard the phrase, pay peanuts, you get monkeys. Well, in Malaysia, it's different. In Malaysia, we pay peanuts, we expect phoenixes, and sometimes we tell people that they are going to be rewarded with the peanuts that they so deserve. Then when we have to pay up, then we're like, nope. So poops, Malaysia's heroes deserve better. I think that's obvious to anyone who's been following the Cheah Liek Hou case. If you don't know who he is, he's a Paralympic badminton superstar, literally one of the very best para-badminton players in the entire world. While that our Paralympic Council would then try to accuse him of slander after, by the way, failing to pay him the 60,000 ringgit that they owe him after denying that they promised it in the first place, even when evidence was given, they go, say more lah, we'll sue you, we'll ban you from every single competition. When they themselves made the promise and they themselves are the ones who didn't pay. So Hannah Yeoh solved this the other day with an absolutely queen response, scolded the PCM, looks like they're gonna pay him, after, by the way, getting trolled by every internet user in Malaysia. So good job, Hannah, good job, Liek Hou. But see, I'm making this video because you see, right, Liek Hou is not the only hero who's gotten screwed over. See, in the world of sports, you also have this Ngan, who was promised 5,000 ringgit for winning the Sportsman of the Year award, and now has started appearing with people like this guy from the MNCF talking about how it's so touching and people like these need to receive recognition, finally paying him the balance of the 5,000 ringgit without accounting for inflation, acting like they are such heroes sent down to save all of these poor athletes, who, by the way, include people like this Mahendran, who apparently only received 170 ringgit out of 5,000. Well, it seems a whole bunch of our sports heroes literally never saw a cent of their prize. I just have to wonder, right? Like, what do you want them to do? You want them to beg in order to receive the money that you promised to them? Oh, and speaking of begging, there are some people who are actually begging on the streets, like Koh Lee Peng, who was a former gold medalist for Paralympic swimming, who apparently, as of 2022, was no longer just a gold medalist but also now a tissue seller. Now, you might say that the Koh Lee Peng issue is not an issue of getting no reward, but her case actually, it shows just how messed up this situation is, because apparently she tried to get a job after her Paralympic glory, only to lose it because she couldn't access her office building. And you know what the sad part is? It's not just our athletes who are undervalued like this, have promises broken to them. It's also our mental athletes who go for math, chemistry, physics, econ Olympiads who don't receive funding, yet somehow, the moment somebody wins a medal, the Prime Minister will go out claiming, oh, anak muda bijak sangat. And of course, you've got all of the Malaysians out there who are just casually moving out of Malaysia because they're not valued, their skills aren't made use of. They love Malaysia, but they feel that Malaysia doesn't love them back, because the country either isn't prepared to have them be heroes, or its attitude towards them is just sus. Yet somehow or another, when we have a Hock Tan, Anthony Tan, Lip Bu Tan, Michelle Yeoh, Jimmy Choo, and then somehow or another, so many of us are so proud to say that they are Malaysian. Malaysia boleh, we are so great. Wow, how sad. And it's funny because the exact same people are also the ones who are probably going out there and then screaming at Lee Zijia to the point that he starts crying and then becoming depressed, posting weird things like this because of the mental damage from our wonderful Malaysians who deserve the best heroes in the world. Sarcasm completely intended. So let me get it straight. We break our promises to our heroes, we pay them peanuts, we gaslight and emotionally manipulate them, we try to claim credit for them, somehow we feel entitled to have national heroes, yet we do absolutely nothing to deserve the incredible achievements that they've brought to the world. I talk to a lot of people who are very smart, who happen to be very capable, and who are a gift unto their nation, right? But the fact is that in this country, people don't succeed because they were born in Malaysia, because of their amazing system at home. No! Malaysia's most successful and amazing people, they succeeded despite the fact that they are Malaysian, not because they are Malaysian. There's a very big difference. And if I were to explain what it's like, right? It's kind of like you create a garden with a lot of amazing plants because you fertilize it correct, you water it properly, you nurture it, versus you throw a bunch of random seeds all over the place and then some of the flowers just happen to be very big and very amazing. In the first case, all the plants that grow strong, right, are because of what you chose to do. you, with your attitude, your culture and everything. But in the Malaysia case, it's kind of like you grew up in a wasteland with no help, no financial support, no moral support, and then suddenly you become very successful, right? Then your Prime Minister goes out and then says, look at my garden, look at that flower, it's so amazing, it's so wonderful, that's why my garden is better than yours. To be totally fair, right? It's not like talent just comes out of nowhere, right? Sometimes it really is something that God decided to bring down upon the people. And you can't really decide that, oh, I want a genius to be born here, I want a genius to be born there. No. Sometimes people just appear here, there, and everywhere, and you have no control over what happens. Make no mistake, I definitely think that more of us should be geniuses. I'm not saying that I'm a genius, but perhaps you are, and that if you really have a talent out there, then you should go out there and chase your rainbow, become famous. I mean, it's not like Malaysia just completely hates its geniuses. I mean, clearly it respects people who have a lot of talent. It verbally goes out and talks about how they're so amazing. The Higher Education Minister makes arrangements to meet Brendan, who, by the way, got into Harvard Kennedy School. Congratulations, Brendan. But one thing I really feel, right, is that more often than not, it is too little, too late. If Malaysia wants to at least keep its geniuses, or at least improve the chance, right, that they will want to contribute to our country, unlike Loh Kian Yew, then I think it really begins with one very important thing: honor your heroes.
And yes, that means giving them scholarships is not enough.
You cannot help them, you cannot give them money or anything, I think that's fine. But I think that at the very least, right, the people of our country need to have some very basic respect for the people, right, who are going out and then actually winning things for our country, mengharumkan nama negara pada persada antarabangsa. Your toxic comments do not help. Your entitlement comments do not help. You're telling people, oh, you must definitely come back to Malaysia to serve the country, otherwise you have no jati diri. It's not helpful, but neither is it helpful for you to say, oh, you must leave Malaysia, otherwise you can never have anything good here. The words that we choose, the words that we use matter, whether we comment or do anything else out there. And I don't think being a cyberbullying society is very likely to make people want to actually contribute towards you, because who are you? Nobody owes you a success. I'm sure there'll be many people out there who will choose to contribute to Malaysia regardless of what happens. But I think that as a country, one thing that we can do is just appreciate them more, encourage them. Make them really feel like they're proud to be Malaysian, in the same way that we make everyone else out there in Malaysia feel proud that they are from this country, this soil, that being a part of Malaysia and having that identity is what brought us to where we are today. Let me repeat what I said at the outset by saying that Malaysia's heroes deserve better than this. I'm sure there'll be many of us out there who respect the people who contribute to our country. I don't know whether that's going to be a national recognition thing, or whether the people of our country as a whole are actually going to develop that attitude beyond the toxic, saber-rattling, mocking people, scolding them for things that are just incomprehensible and toxic. I think that more of us, we can definitely afford to go out there and just say to our national heroes, if you are a national hero and if you've represented Malaysia and my flag, we thank you, we honor you, and we look forward to many more opportunities in the future to support you, to push you forward, and to accomplish so much more with you as a nation together. Because you deserve more than this, and even if the whole world doesn't know it, just know that we know it. That's all to say about that, and bye.